KRAZTV, KRAZTV live here on the Mall of the University of Arizona. We're here at the Mall Memorial. So I'm going to go and switch to front camera, but we have the author here. Let's see. Well, I had it. There we are. Well, there it is. There's the, hi Francisco.
Good morning, Reed.
Here's your, hey. All right. Well, talk to us about your book. And your books and who you are and what's going on here at this Odyssey Book Festival.
Good morning, Reed. Once again, thank you for inviting me to be on your show. As many well know, Mr. Reed Martin is the owner and producer at KRAZTV.
Keep Real AZ.
I believe this may be my third or fourth appearance. Again, dealing or
put a little
the
closer.
Subject of our
put your mic closer. There
of
you
our trilogy.
Okay.
The trilogy is known as the Odyssey and consists of the first book.
Keep talking, we can hear you.
Okay.
There we go, folks. There's
the
the
Odyssey has 3 books. The first one would be the Borderland. The second one is going to be the college years, and the third one, which is just about to be released, is the Navy days. This covers a period in my life of about 25 years, the first 25 years of my life, a quarter of a century. And not only has it been fun, it's been an enjoyable experience talking to various people, meeting with some of the characters that are involved in the 3 books, and going back down memory lane and remembering the good times I had. Mostly the good times, because it wasn't always good times. It was quite a struggle and hard work, but somehow it happened and we enjoyed a great deal of success. Not only myself, but my family and many of my friends and acquaintances. We're here at the U of A, at the mall, next to, or close to, the Arizona Memorial, which, by the way, was a very touching experience for me. During my time in the Navy, active duty that is, I participated in some of the activities at the U.S.S. Arizona, being that I was a member of the Honor Guard, the Color Guard. This was for a short while, probably during a 3-month period around 1971. But very solemn, very respectful, very touching. And I have fond memories of that. But getting back to our present moment here with Mr. Reed, he'll be having some questions for me, which I will try to answer. But folks, let's not forget, this is like my 3rd or 4th attempt here. I've informed you about the first book, which dealt with borderland and the homesteading in the area of southeastern Arizona, Douglas, Arizona, and Agua Prieta, Sonora. And then I also provided insights into the college years. That would be the 2nd volume. So we're here to kind of promote the 3rd volume of the trilogy, which is the Navy days. And the Navy days basically cover the 2 years of my, and this spent in active duty in the Navy, in the Pacific Front. And again, it was a wonderful opportunity that I was provided, a chance to see the world, to broaden my perspectives and look beyond the horizon and see what's on the other side. I believe at this point, Mr. Martin may have a few questions, so I'll turn the mic to him.
Well, thank you, Francisco. This is a weenie mic, so that's why I keep wanting you to talk close, just because yes, you know, we did test it out the other day, and I showed you that preview, so yeah. So anyways, I can put this behind me. There's the mall behind me. There's Mr. Rivera. So this is, we're an independent news agency, so what do you want for free, right? But anyways, let me show you some of these books. Here are, see, I'm switching between cameras. We decided to, we are publishers, Bones Publishing. We made the bookmarks. This is his first volume. This is the Odyssey by far, volume 2. And of course he's going to have shows about, talk about the book 3. So we're here at the mall, Arizona Mall Memorial. Now, you know, of course, that in the bell behind me here, that the bell from the battleship U.S.S. Arizona is housed. So it was brought, it was in a Navy salvage yard in Portsmouth, and it was discovered, I think, 1956 or something. So anyways, it was brought to U.of.A, and yeah, it still is here. So it's a grand day, and we're just sorry that the Tucson Festival of Books, we are not associated in any way. See, and now it says my bit rate's too high. Before it was too low. Anyways, back to this story about the COVID-19 is that it canceled this book festival here at the university, but that did not stop. That's right, there it is behind me. It did not stop the small broadcast of KRAZTV. We do, of course, since we want to be limited, that this festival, we're limiting it to a total of no more than 100 people to show up. And we ask that everybody keep your social distance of 1 meter apart from each other. We do have masks in our pockets in case, and we have water and emergency supplies and all of that. So with U.of.A finest and Tucson's finest, and well, even our president yesterday gave a state of emergency and is going to try to appropriate. And then Nancy Pelosi of the House hurried up and pushed the bill through for the $50 billion to ensure the health care that needs to be done on this. So we don't take anybody's picture here other than the people that we interview or give us permission. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to put a book in Francisco's hand, and then we'll segue right into book 3. So here he is.
Thanks again, Reed. You are right. Sadly, the coronavirus and its effects, the pandemic as they call it, has changed things in many ways, in many forms. Churches are empty. Travel is limited. Entertainment venues have practically closed down. But here we are, folks, trying to carry on with the tradition of a book festival on the U.of.A campus.
And this still is America.
Yes, it is. It's still America. And Reed will pose some questions for me, and I will try to address them and answer them as best I can. He's got a curious mind. We're both veterans. He was in the Navy at about the same time that I was. I believe he was an Airedale on a carrier.
No, I wasn't on a carrier. I was in the air station. I was a couple days on a carrier out in the Pensacola Bay, but we were Milton, Florida, Pensacola.
We know each other, but I guess we don't know each other that well.
Well,
we're both Navy veterans.
Yeah. Well, you're holding your books there, so you go right ahead and show your first book and your second book. And it's kind of tough here, But, you know, folks, this is on the fly and small. Like we said, this is KRAZTV Live for the Odyssey Book Festival here at the U of A. That's right, at the Mall Memorial. Well, Francisco, this is your first book.
Yes, the Odyssey by far with a bold title in the front is the one that deals or covers the first 18 years of my life. And it's a journey from, we journeyed from northern Mexico into the United States. My father encouraged us, and somehow he made it happen. We never broke our ties with Mexico because we lived on the border.
Of course.
Douglas, Arizona is a border town, and its sister on the Sonora side is Agua Prieta. So it would be similar to Tijuana and San Diego, Nogales and Nogales, Juarez and El Paso. And Douglas and Agua Prieta are situated on the southeastern corner of Arizona. And it was a tremendous experience growing up in the 50s and 60s. And having experienced the many things that I did, as many of you well know, the decade of the 60s was difficult,
turbulent
with war and assassinations and whatnot. And I cover some of that in this first book. I dedicate probably about half of it to the decade of the 60s. And for me, one of the most worrisome aspects of that decade was conscription, the draft, and avoiding it because I did not wish harm to come upon me, nor did I want to hurt anybody. But
you volunteered, though.
Somehow or other, I got through it by volunteering and joining the Navy. Many others weren't so lucky, and I lost many friends and classmates to the war. And here I am, folks, lucky enough to have obtained deferments as a student to enroll at Cochise College, and later matriculate through the University of Arizona.
Well, that's book 2 then, right?
That would be book 2.
That's book 2. So
college years.
Yeah. So this goes from this book to book 2, volume 2 of your Odyssey.
Yes. Thank you, Reed. That's very well explained. And for someone from Mexico with limited English and also not quite acclimated to the newness of this country, to becoming an American, it proved with some difficulty, but time was on my side, and many changes came about that helped that. One of the biggest one was television. Believe it or not, folks, we finally got a second-hand television into our house. It was nothing but English, watching Ozzie and Harriet and I Love Lucy, and that's how we the Rivera clan, perfected our English. My dad was very smart, and he figured that with a television, we would do well in learning English, besides what was being taught to us in Douglas. But Douglas is predominantly a Spanish-speaking town, city. It's an area that, as I say, borders Mexico. So that's part of the reason why Spanish is so dominant in southeastern Arizona.
Well, that's go ahead.
I was very lucky also in that about 1965, at about the time I was graduating from high school, and at the time that I started receiving draft notices, down there in southern Arizona, Cochise Community College rose like a phoenix and became a very influential institution in that area of southeastern Arizona, and has changed the lives of many. It now has existed for 50 years, ladies and gentlemen. Believe it when I say that it is one of the highest rated community colleges in the nation. And there was a survey not too long that came out, and I quote that information in my text here. I'm proud to be an alumni of Cochise College, and I'm proud to see that Cochise College has done so very well. And by the way, folks, Cochise College has one of the best basketball teams for community college in the United States. I think it's been ranked nationally just about every year. What else can I tell you about Cochise?
Well, their forte is aviation, right? Don't they have an aviation?
That was going to be my next point.
Yeah.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And that aviation program is very well recognized, as we have students there from all over the world, not just Arizona and the local community, but from throughout the United States, students from Canada, students from Mexico and further south, as well as students from other parts of the world, the Orient, the Middle East, etc.
Okay.
It's a lovely campus, and it's made great strides.
Well, there's Old Main over there. So after you went to the Cochise College, then you came to the U of A. Now, did you get you got a master's degree here, didn't you? Also, in addition to your regular bachelor.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. And part of the shock was that everybody in my family couldn't believe it, that I had gotten a master's in my mid-20s, when prior to that I pretty much had shunned education. But such is life. Yes, I vacated Douglas around 1969. By that I mean I said bye, I left, and I went on active duty. And the Navy took me here and yonder and just about everywhere. But I wound up in the Pacific Front, serving a lot of my time in Australia, but I got to see the West Coast, and I spent some time in Hawaii and other spots, after which I returned to southeastern Arizona, and with the help of the GI Bill, I enrolled at the U of A in the fall semester of 1971. And I was very, very fortunate because as a veteran, I also enjoyed employment with the help of some fellow veterans and amigos.
And GI Bill too, right?
And the GI Bill, yeah.
Now all this is going to be in your third book that's pending.
It's coming out, yes.
That's right. Well, we want to say that Zen Bone is publishing has just put a banner on here. It says, KRAZTV, welcome to KRAZTV live channel featuring an interview with Francisco Rivera, a local Tucson author. Thank you, Zen Bones.
Okay, yes. They've done a tremendous job publishing my material.
Well, we'll have him do your third one here too, coming up.
I'm sure they'll be as successful as they've been with the first two. But as I was saying, I returned to Tucson, and summer of, what was that, 71, and enrolled at the U of A. The U of A treated me exceedingly well. My transition from the military back to college couldn't have gone better. And with help from friends and as a veteran, I wound up with employment at the post office. So I had it fairly cushy here upon arriving at the U of A for the fall semester of 71. After 2 years, I was received the certification as a secondary ed graduate. Immediately I applied and was admitted to graduate school and received the master's at the end of that year, which was May of 1974. And I never left Tucson. I could have had the opportunity to move elsewhere upon graduating, but love the city, love the neighborhood, love this area. Tucson offers so much. One of the most beautiful, beautiful sites, in my estimation and in my opinion, is the San Javier Mission.
Well, it might be in the fourth book, right? Some of those stories that are after the Navy days, there might be a fourth book in there, right? We don't know yet.
Well, there is a. I am starting a fourth book, and I will address some of that. But right now, I'm just trying to also concentrate on getting the third book, the Navy days, out, and see what kind of see how well it is received. But people locally are very, how should I say, receptive, very rewarding, very appreciative of what I've done, and maybe it'll enjoy some success. Maybe not immediately, but maybe in the years to come. It treats Tucson very well. I'll return the mic back to Reed because I'm sure he's going to have more comments and questions. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Francisco. Well, somebody keeps putting this tag over the front of us, but it's still showing us live here. I hope that this gets out. I'm sure that the camera is doing the justice here. We do have people watching us here and wondering what's going on. Well, what's going on today, folks, is a live interview. That's right. Let me see if I can get it. With Francisco Rivera, and this is his sign. Now, we just want to let you know that you can go, the books are available on Amazon by clicking on this QR code or going to their bookstore and looking up an Odyssey by Far. And it's in a series, so there's Volume 1, which is the Odyssey by Far, and then there's, of course, the Volume 2, but there will be Volume 3. So here at the mall now, I'm going to walk around a little bit here with in front of me here. I'm just going to show you that this is the U.S.S. Mall Memorial here at the University of Arizona. And Francisco is taking a little break up there. But this is the mall. And he was, like I said, in the color guard at the mall in Hawaii. So this is
it's commendable. It is really something that to be admired and appreciated, and pause, honor those who lost their lives, those who passed away, and the many victims who suffered through this ordeal, this attack. It brings many, many memories. Thank you, Reed.
Oh, thank you. Now, also we have a Pearl Harbor remembrance. Yeah, the Pearl Harbor remembrance here at the mall here. So, do you want to wind this up or what? Or
we can talk a little
all right,
bit more.
we'll talk some more. I just want to keep going, folks, because right now we haven't dropped any frames. Somebody keeps putting these messages across, but I guess it's just, well, you can still see us. We know that you're getting out. We know we're out. And this is the U.S.S. Arizona Mall Memorial. Every one of these medallions is for, every one of these medallions, there's one for each person that was lost that day. So there's 1,177 people here. There were just a few survivors. I don't know how many were there, but their families were here on Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. So we were here doing that. So if you want to go watch KRAZTV, we have it at KRAZTV.com. They have the show on our playlist called Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. And of course Francisco was here then, so well, it's loyalty and camaraderie and brotherhood.
Show the old Maine.
And there's Old Maine, folks, right here on the mall, right next to the mall here at
It's a beautiful campus, very well maintained, and such a beautiful day today with warm weather, a lot of sunshine. It's really a sight to behold. Too bad the book festival was canceled, but we're trying to do justice and put up our own little bit of what do you call it? What did you call it? A book festival?
yeah,
Our own book festival.
our own book festival, KRAZTV Book Festival, book festival featuring an Odyssey by far with the author. Now all of a sudden we're starting to get a little bit of traffic here around here. We don't like to show anybody's faces, but people are wondering what is going on here, and we can tell you this is freedom of the press.
And we wish that the Tucson Festival could be going on.
That's correct.
Sadly, it was canceled.
Yes, but KRAZTV being brave, and we're not infected, and well, we've covered a lot of things. Keep real, AZ. It also means, you know, that we did a lot of the mineral shows. Zenbone sends us a message that we're getting out real fine, and it really looks good.
And don't forget your visits down to wine country, down by Sonoita, and the many times you've traveled down there. Plus, the videotaping that you've done in northern Arizona, especially along Sedona.
That's right. So we do go on air travels, and I do have a show on there called Backroads America. And one of my distinctions is that I'm Arizona's first sparkling winemaker, and have been honored as a pioneer as Arizona's first sparkling winemaker. But enough accolades with me. You can see who's in the background. He's here with us, and we're having a live show, KRAZTV Live.
Proud to be here with you,
Yeah.
Reed.
All right, buddy.
Thanks for the help.
I'm gonna give you over to it. Okay, what are you gonna say now?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. I'm back here at what is it called?
The mall.
KRAZ.
KRAZTV.
Yeah, on the UA campus at the mall, and we're here to try to promote the third volume of the Odyssey series,
The Navy Days.
The Navy Days. Should be coming out soon, folks. Another book is in the works. That would be book number 4, but that's unrelated to the Odyssey series. And probably in the next year, I should have most of it surely outlined, and probably maybe half of it written up. And again, it'll have local impression. It'll provide you with a local impression. And I think you'll find it entertaining and very worthwhile too.
It was canceled for a good reason, to limit the rapid spread of the virus that could overwhelm the healthcare system. So thank you, Mr. Publisher. He's helping us as a remote and administrating our chat. Continue on your promotion of your book. Now, actually, book 4 will still be part of the Odyssey series, won't it?
As far as me being here in Tucson and providing some color over it, but it's not so much related to the first 25 years of my life.
No, of course, but it does
It'll
really
be somewhat autobiographical.
the next 15 years after that.
Clever. Thank you, Reed.
All
Have
right.
a good weekend.
All right. Thank you. Well, I guess we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you, folks, for watching KRAZTV. Thank you, Francisco.
And be careful. We're still under the pandemic.
That's right. Wear your mask. Stay 3 feet apart from each other and limit your crowding. And thank God for America. Our president has gone ahead and made sure that he's going to push through a bill with the cooperation of the Democrats and the Republicans to make a safer America for all of us. Thank you, and keep watching KRAZTV.
Right on.
Bye.
What was Joe saying?
He was watching, he sent it on the chat. The reason